Hey guys, what's up? It's Hypernova. Today I'm going to be talking about the underlying issues that recent challenges have had and how I feel about them. Now, not everyone's going to agree that draft is terrible and stuff, but to me it is. And it also gets into the issue with that touchdown mode also has. Now, generally, yeah, when I think of bad challenges, I think of draft because draft, well, generally it's more luck based than skill because you could choose the best picks and for your situation, but your opponent could still get the more effective picks for every card, which is why I don't like draft. It doesn't always have the superior player come out on top, which is what makes draft challenges, in my eyes, more catered to new players than it is to the skilled ones that have been playing for a long time. I feel like the better challenges were uh like ones that would be like the classic Dex challenge because they generally show matchups that pros are used to, and it also would help teach new players. But when it comes to some of the worst challenges, the touchdown 2v2 ones, I don't know about it, what about it, but they're always the worst ones. At least for me, because they're really hard to win for literally like most people, including really good players. Or simply because touchdown, like the interactions that every card has a touchdown is completely different from everything else. And the fact is that the draft adds even more annoyance to the already annoying game mode that is touchdown. Touchdown has, well, it's a deeply casual game mode like 2v2, but I think everyone would probably like to see a 1v1 version of touchdown and one without draft, so there could actually be some competitive potential. We're not saying it'd be as popular as 1v1 because let's be honest, no competitive mode is going to be as popular as the 1v1 because let's face it, 1v1 is obviously the best mode for competitive because it's actually one that's been done in competitive seeds for quite a while, and it's not RNG based like draft. I mean, sure, people could get better matchups, but it's a lot more fair than a draft mode. No one wants to see someone lose thousands of dollars simply because the they get bad draft picks. Because that's overall just sad to watch. But now I'll probably get into the issue that 2v2 generally has as a competitive game mode. I know I've switched from bad challenges to like competitive modes and stuff, but they are related. But what I'm gonna say is that 2v2, the thing that I think it's made problem is that it's affecting 1v1 in the worst possible way. Especially on ladder, is that the game started losing a lot of popularity as soon as 2v2 went was permanent, and it was not as fun as the original mode. That the original mode was what I call peak 2v2. It was the one where everyone's cards were tournament standard. It was only every weekend. which is honestly the how I think it should have stayed, because it and you didn't get any rewards for it, but it was still a ton of fun to just play because everything was fair and it required actual skill to play. It wasn't separated by whoever had the best cards and stuff, the same issue that Ladder had. So if that was changed and 2v2 was like that again, then I would love to play it. But the problem is that overall, tons of noobs have just been over dependent on getting on 2v2 to get their chest cycle instead of 1v1 mode. So now if you like just removed it and changed it to that, then tons of people would quit simply because they have no clue how to 1v1 anymore these days. And that's honestly really sad because 1v1 is the mode that Clash Royale has been built on. But I think that if the best way to go about 2v2 is just to remove the chest rewards and make it a tournament standard mode. So, because it's definitely a casual game mode, and the fact is that you don't lose trophies for losing in 2v2, so there's literally no consequence to losing, and it hurts progression. Because people like 1v1 actually have to work for their wins, whereas 2v2, if you're gonna lose, you can just quit the game, and you basically get no consequences except being unable to play for a bit. But these guys are deeply casual anyway, so they don't really care, honestly. And 2v2 is not even the most fun mode in Clash Royale. The most fun one is 1v1 or 2v2 if it's actually a fair mode that involved actual skill and not just people with way higher level cards. Just like the leveling system is so bad in 2v2. It's way worse than Ladder has ever been. Like, I was going with doing 2v2 with my brother. He's level 10 and I'm level 12. And we face a level 13. With all max cards. I have no clue how that's supposed to make any sense. So, honestly, we can see the problems. And also the quitting nature gets into other types. I've heard that some people in major clans have literally, if they're losing in a war battle, they just straight up quit it because they're so used to 2v2, and that's not okay to do under any circumstances. Luckily, no one in Orange Pulp has ever done this because, Orange Pulp is super OP and everyone knows what they're doing. But a lot of people are just stuck in 2v2, and anyway, the effect is clear of what these bad 2v2 has been doing for the game. It's just been making every part of the game less enjoyable. The only part that is not unaffected by it is challenges, but most free-to-play players can't even play challenges, so it doesn't even matter. So, and challenges are too hard for new players because, challenges are the skill-based game mode right now, and pros love doing those right now. But anyway, the main thing about 2v2 is that it needs to be fixed as soon as possible. The best way is to make it tournament standard and make it once every weekend, so that casuals can't get over kid play it every day and stuff, and they should actually go into do 1v1s. No chest slot rewards from it because it's a casual for fun game mode, and maybe like 2v2 could be in quests or something. Like it could be and 2v2 could be turned into a clan activity like it used to be in peak 2v2, which was just straight up ideal. But what should be done is just removed from the permanent and be put back into its state of what it first started. No more chest rewards, and give far more incentives to do 1v1 battles like quests do, but even more of them. Anyway, guys, that was my thoughts on draft and mostly 2v2 and how it's ruining the game. Anyway, guys, I hope you enjoyed watching this video. Peace.